am with three fearless, incredible women, Jada, Willow, Adrian, and we are talking Red Table. Jada, daughter Willow, and mother Adrian in LA celebrating season 2 of their hit Facebook Watch series Red Table Talk and giving extra this exclusive sneak peek at next week's controversial episode.
I had an unhealthy relationship to porn at one point in my life.
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah.
Because I do think we don't talk about it.
It really gives you false expectations as far as sexual interaction.
Yeah.
I can definitely see with
I can
men,
see that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, how a woman should always be willing and ready.
It's such a huge problem today. It's affecting a lot of people's relationships.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of our children are growing up on it, right? So their perception of what sex is and what intimacy is, it's kind of twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's really it's affecting how people relate.
On that topic, Willow, is there ever a situation in your house, like, has the phrase TMI ever been used in your house?
Oh,
It was in this episode. We had a lot of TMI in this episode.
Well, we know Will famously came on the table before. Will we see him make an appearance again
Oh, I'm
sometime?
sure.
Yeah?
You know you will.
Is there ever a time where he's like, oh, I wish you didn't talk so much about that, or is there ever that moment, or
You
no?
know what? At this place in his life and in my life, we've been through so much, and we feel like if we have something to offer that can help someone else, we are so willing to share that.
Yeah. Nothing is off limits at the Red Table.
Want more extra? Hit the subscribe button and the bell and never miss a video.
First of all, I want to start off and I want to talk about the Jada Pickett story. Basically, she coming out and she says she's basically addicted to porn. She bringing this issue to the forefront because of the young people are growing up around sex, and everybody has a phone, and you could pretty much look up anything you want to look up. This is a great issue to talk about. She feel like that she masturbated too much, and it kind of like messed up your relationship, masturbating your future relationships with people, and she feels like that is messing up the children because the children are basically doing the same thing that your parents did. The intimacy, it messes up intimacy and all that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, in my head and in my brain, I don't feel like this porn and masturbating will mess up intimacy. I never had that mess up my relationship, but I had it interfere with my relationship. There was times with my marriage, there was times where I didn't want to have sex. I was going through a time of reflection. When you're going through ascension, it's a reason why you're going through ascension. It's to be a higher awakening of yourself. So sometimes I didn't want to have sex at all. And most people don't realize it wasn't just God. God was just waking me up to my surroundings. And I was married at this time. I thought something was wrong with me for years, as in why 1 minute I don't want to have sex and then I'm trying to get back into it. I'm thinking maybe it's my husband, he turning me off because he's not being the man I need him to be. And so I went searching for what I thought I needed through someone else. You know, and he would basically use porn, basically in those months where I didn't want to have sex, he would do what he do. And then I found out, like, I really had to really evaluate myself and my situation. It wasn't that I needed anybody else, because I would masturbate, but I would masturbate. I enjoy sex, but I enjoy sex mainly by myself. And it wasn't really, I can't really explain it. I just didn't want anybody. But when you're going through ascension, sexuality is brought up in it. I think Jada is smart for bringing this out to the forefront, because young people, porn, masturbating, is a huge issue. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I would rather for somebody to masturbate than somebody to go out and have a whole bunch of sex. But it can create a gap within your relationship or marriage, because if you are a person that masturbate but you don't want to have sex with the person that you're with, they're going to look at you like, wow, okay, what's wrong with me? And sometimes it's good to take a break, like what I used to do. Take a break, try and evaluate what is going on with me. What is going? It's not that I couldn't feel intimacy or intimacy with another person, with my husband. It's just, I just thought I didn't know exactly what was going on. And for me, in my situation, I was going through a spiritual awakeness, and through those periods of I don't want to have sex, and then I'm trying to get myself back into something that I thought that's what we supposed to all do anyway. And so I would masturbate, but I didn't want to have sex with my husband. And now I'm at a point where I realize what spiritual awakeness is. It's not about sex. It's not about anything. It's about God waking you up and making you realize your surroundings. Everything is not about sex. Everything is not about procreating and making babies. Everything in the whole universe is not about um, life. Like, life is in everything you see. And to me, human beings is not the, all the sex and the porn. Yes, it get in the way of intimacy, but to me the best intimacy is getting to know someone, or sit down being someone's friend. And we let sex get in the way of every single thing we do. And once people start waking up spiritually, they'll realize that the worlds in the universe is not going to end just because you didn't have sex. The worlds and the universe are not going to end just because you did not, or you choosing not to have children. God himself is the only person who can end all life, which is water, air, everything. God himself is the only person who determines that. But to me, in my head, masturbation is nothing wrong with that, but it can be wrong to a certain extent if you do it. That's all you do is masturbate. I dated somebody like that before I got married. He was a serial masturbationist, if that's a word. But long as you know who you are and who you is inside and what you want for yourself, that's the only thing that should matter. But a spiritual awakeness was happening to me, and I couldn't understand when I was with my husband. One minute I don't want to have sex, and then the next minute I'm trying to masturbate and get turned on so I can get our marriage back together, because marriage with one person is not going to last if y'all ain't having sex. It's not going to last. A child ain't going to keep y'all together, and not having sex ain't going to keep y'all together. So I didn't want to end my marriage, but I couldn't understand what was wrong with me. I thought, well, maybe he's the problem. I need somebody new. It was nothing like that. I was becoming spiritual awake, and sex is not the answer for everything. Um, I have been celibate since 2014. I have not been with a man, or I'm not gay, but I do believe in you masturbating yourself if that's what you want to do. But some things are excessive. Some people take things way to the left and go too far and do too much of it. Some people have too much sex. Some people eat too much. Some people drink too much liquor. Some people work too much physically, like whatever work they do is a physically. I think everything need to be done in moderation. But to be honest, I feel like if you are gonna be masturbating, don't do that shit all day. It can lower your energy level. Actually, I'm gonna just let everybody know that your energy level can drop just from sex. So you have to do everything you do: sex, love, movies, entertainment, children. Everything have to be put in moderation. But know who you are. Once you know who you are, especially as a female, when you do give yourself to someone else, they can. The sex is gonna be even better than before. But for me, when I masturbate for myself, it's even better that I do it myself than any other man. So that's how spiritual awakening I have become. There's no need for a man for me. There's no need for a partner. I'm not gay, so it's not no need for anything for me. I'm just real quick, fast, boom, boom, finish. And the desire for sex after from 2014 to now to 2019 has diminished for me. The desire for sex is so down, and I thank God every day because basically that's all people talked about when I was homeless and on the street was sex. And they used, basically the men use what they want from you as a way for you sleeping, eating, and drinking, and what I used to do in a normal thing. So I'm happy that God delivered me from that evil, and He's still delivering me from evil and darkness that surrounds me inside and outside. But you guys, tell me what you think about this Jada Pickett situation. Do you think masturbating 5 times a day, over 5 times a day, is excessive? And what can be the consequences of masturbating too much from and using porn too much for basically intimacy? Comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace.